Your mother prays, your father prays, and you can too. You love fun, so here's what you do. You play balls, playing this game for life. Your knees are sore from rugby and your shoulder too. You need some excitement, here's what you do. You play balls, playing this game for life. Yeah, we like it, we like it, we like it, we like it. We la 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 like it, we la 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 like. We love balls, playing this game for life. Play when they're 17 or 72. You can win till you're 90. It's all up to you. You play balls, playing this game for life. Play for your country, play for your club, plus play for your health with your pals and your wife. You play balls, playing this game for life.
And good day. Welcome here at the Ladies Nationals here at Pretoria High School's Old Boys here in Pretoria. I'm joined in commentary by the very famous and well-known coach, Toby Botha. Simon Botha. National coach and also coached Malaysia. Nice to have you here with us, Simon.
Thank you, Jacques. I appreciate being here.
Oh, we're throwing you in the deep end here, pulling you off the banks. But yeah, it's nice to have you in commentary, especially somebody with so much knowledge about the sport of bowls, being national coach. That must have been must have been a nice experience for you. And being over in Malaysia, how long were you over coaching that side?
Altogether 5.5 years, Jacques, and it was an exciting period.
Yeah, and here we have the fours match. There's quite a few delays with people being in multiple disciplines, so not a lot of matches happening this afternoon, so we hope we don't have them standing in there too much, but I see they opening it up quite nicely for us. So we have Tracy Meyeridricks playing against Lara York from the Free State. And I see in the other side, Tracy's side, we have Taz Bright, who's still involved in the pairs, along with Colleen Marshall. And then we have in the singles, we have Charlotte Rousseau. It's still in the semi-finals involved there, probably tomorrow. So yeah, the organizers having quite a difficult time, but I hear at the men's side it's even going worse, with everybody being late, so they'll probably finish next week Sunday. I hear they're down to 10 ends at some of the games. So yeah, it will take us a little while just to make sure. get used to who's playing with which color bowls. They've just started. They just finished the trial ends. They're playing on ring 2, so that's the same one we had the fourth game this morning. It played actually quite nicely. Susan Nell timed the green at our previous match and she got it at about 13 seconds.
Yes, Jacques, the green is running quite well and the lines are dependable. It's not like the situation we had on Monday with the rain and the lightning interrupting play.
Yeah.
Today is a beautiful sunny afternoon and they should be playing their best bowls.
Yeah, and everybody getting ready for the semi-finals and the finals at the as this tournament draws to a close. It is been a long week for the ladies. Tournament started last week Saturday. You've been here the whole week?
Yes, I have. And it's Taz delivering.
And Taz Bright, who's also a member of my marketing committee at national level. So it's good to see old friends at the green. We missed out seeing her at the juniors, so I only saw her at the masters. So it's nice to see her again. But yeah, it's and my neighbor from my home district, Lara. They've asked me to go and stream their masters as well later on in the year. So I'm looking forward to another trip to Bloemfontein. And of course, her husband Wayne York, very famous bowler and quite a accomplished bowler himself. Just needed to go past that one to slip that one on the outside.
I have an idea Laura is 2 shots down.
Yes, definitely. I think with the way she was playing.
And Tracy's changing her hand so as not to promote Laura's bowl, which is right on in line on the forehand. So Tracy has promoted the Lara's lead bowl, Niggy's bowl, and it's now a measure for second shot.
Lara's pink balls are not far off, and she got the jack.
Lara moves the jack so that her team is now in possession.
3 down, it looks like. Let's watch this one as it goes down on the backhand. Doesn't look far off, just needed to miss that one. Let's see who's been promoted. Looks like another pink one. First free taken out. 4.
Yes, an unfortunate beginning to the game for Tracy's team. 4 down in the first end. Maar gelukkig, Jacques, is dit die begin van die wedstrijd. Een mens kan altijd 4 inhaal.
Ja, nee,
As jy in die eerste kop dit afstaan.
Ja, nee, veral en hulle speel 18 koppe. So nog baie tyd om te gaan.
Ja, ek sal liewer die eerste kop 4 afstaan
As
as
die
in die
laaste
laaste kop.
Yeah, some support for Tracy from Lauren Coetzee.
Dis se eerste bal. Bietjie wyd, maar baie goeie gewig.
Die vorige wedstryd het hulle veral gesukkel met gewig as hulle hier van ons al weggespeel het en op die eerste rink. Baie makliker het op die terugkom reg gekry. Good weight there by Colleen Marshall. So remember, we're live on Facebook and YouTube. So if you have comments, just drop them there for us. If you have any questions or suggestions, or just want to say hello. Yeah. Armand asking who's on commentary, and yes, it is Wim Simon. Another young, talented bowler there.
Hallo Armand, ons sien jou seker Julie maand by die opkomende groep se kliniek. Good to see that you're watching.
If you are watching and you're enjoying the broadcast, just give a share and like and give us a few hearts if you see a good shot. So ja, as julle dit sien, onthou om vir ons te comments te los en om te like en te share. Hoe Facebook se algoritmes en goedes werk, hoe meer interaksies ons het van die publiek af, hoe meer mense sien het. So jy kan jou deel doen om rolbal, hoe sal mense sê, te bemark aan die nie rolbalspelers nie, deur net dit op jou wall te plaas of 'n comment te los vir ons in die onderste stukkie hieronder. Ja, nee. So is lekker om hierdie game vir julle te kan bring. Is heerlik hier in Pretoria. Yeah, quite a few good players coming through the ranks these days, Simon, especially under the youngsters, the juniors. Especially we've just finished the junior nationals in April, where I was involved as well, and it's always nice to see the progression, especially if you look at when some of the bowlers who were involved at the masters at the junior level that I saw when they were starting off at the junior nationals in Bloemfontein. A lovely tournament for the bowls, for development of bowlers in the future.
Yes, and Jacques, we are very excited about the number of youngsters who we have in the advanced skills group coming through. I'm thinking of Fran and Marisel. Armand is another one. And quite a few of them are really great potential, and we look forward to seeing them representing South Africa at a very high level.
Yeah, and Fran is still involved in the singles tomorrow and the pairs. So she had a bit of a scare yesterday, so Fran is playing currently with Jackie on drink free as well in the pairs there. So the pairs are continuing as well, and no singles continuing today because all the players are involved here. Oh, wonderful shot there from the Free State bowler. That looks like it's Marianne.
It's Marianne, yes, and Taz to deliver the next one.
Yeah, Simon, I spoke to my co-commentator, one of our members at the membership, about the youngsters, especially at the juniors, that by the time many of the high level, because that's not an easy tournament these days. It's not a development tournament like in the old days. They're really playing some brilliant bowls there in Bloemfontein over the holidays.
Yes, Jacques, and what's exciting as well, with Marianne drawing another one, what's exciting about the youngsters is that with several provinces now have a schools league, and the schools are supporting lawn bowls to a very great extent, and in Bowls Gauteng North we have a schools league running, so the youngsters, the numbers are increasing. And we have some youngsters who are exciting players who are coming through.
Yeah, and the youngsters just brings a different vibe to the game as well. They play it at a different, how to say, not just a speed, but in a different passion as well. Well, I've just think back at the final between Kwa and what's his name here from Sissel. How they were going at each other, and at the end they were so happy. Whoever won, they just congratulated whoever won. The passion and the friends, but it comes down from the juniors. They've played there. You play competitive, and at the end of the day, you enjoying the social side of the game as well. I think that's a lovely thing about lawn bowls, is you can be almost like enemies on the green, but as soon as you step off the green, it's all about friendship and seeing them next year again.
That's right. They become great friends.
Yeah, and this new format of the Open Nationals, I think that will bring a different concept to the game as well, with players that maybe come from Armand cheering for Taz, Tanny Taz. I don't think she'll be impressed if you call her Tanny Taz. It's like we had a few years back. We had a youngster who was doing umpiring duty at the juniors. He was 21 years old, and he was doing an under 18 match from disabled ladies. So he was trying to impress them a little bit. And as he went to measure and he finished there, I said to him, "Dankie oom umpire." And he was devastated.
Yeah.
Our current score 6-0 after 2 ends.
Lara and her team are off to a brilliant start. And we're waiting for Tracy's team to reciprocate.
A little bit of an opening here. That bowl going quite far back. They've made it quite a short end here. Not super short, but shorter than the previous one. Let's see if Colleen can get close, take advantage of that opening.
Jacques, I think they're still struggling with the line on our side, on the forehand side, going up towards the scoreboard.
That seems to be a difficult one, playing away from us to the flipboard, basically. Luckily, with the 18 ends, you don't want to get too far behind because there's always a chance to come back. But you have to remember, they're only playing 3 bowl trips, so it's only 6 shots available per end. So that does make a bit of a change to the normal 8.
Yes, but they're playing 4s at the moment.
Oh, 4s, yeah. So it's only 2. Sorry,
so 2 bowls each.
2 bowls each, yeah. Thank you for correcting me there. I was looking at the game next door.
Yes. It's a bit confusing. You have different disciplines on each rink. Yes,
So they're only playing 15 ends because of the fours.
that's right, yes. That was Doreen who drew a beautiful shot. Doreen playing at second.
She's up against Charlotte Rousseau, who still has a semi-final in the singles open to come. I think tomorrow we'll see quite a few good singles matches. Hopefully we'll be able to bring you a few of those.
Yes, coming back to the juniors, I've always maintained that lawn bowls is for young people, but fortunately the older people can also play.
And they can compete at the same level. That's the nice
right,
thing.
yes.
I got involved in the marketing side of lawn bowls because I was one of those guys who wished I knew about the sport earlier.
Yes.
If I was at high school still and being able to play bowls, I might not be sitting behind the camera and hopefully sitting in front.
That's right.
But I'm enjoying my coaching and the live streaming.
Ja, Jacques, ek het soveel mense al gehoor sê dat hulle moes 10 jaar tevore al begin speel het.
Ja,
Het is allemaal jammer dat hulle so lank gewag het voor
ja
hulle begin
nee,
speel.
en dan gespeel hulle golf waar hulle met 'n wit balletjie gaan soek. Hierso weet ons waar die wit balletjie is.
Ek wil net naby hom trek.
Yeah, that's really true. Simon, I think many people wish they started earlier. But luckily, you're never too old to start. That's a nice thing about lawn bowls. It's a sport for everyone. One sport for life. So you say you were down in Malaysia at the beginning of this year as well? Doing a-
Yes, I conducted a level 2 and 3 coaches course for them in Terengganu, which is a state right on the South China Sea to the north. Also interesting, they had about 50 candidates attending the course.
I think the Asian market is definitely a way to go for lawn bowls at the world level as well.
Yes, quite a few of the Asian countries have taken up bowls, and when we participated in the Asian Championships in China, they had the Asian Championships at a club with 8 greens. So it's big in China.
Oh. They probably have a lot of support for the sports as well at that side.
Yes, but the Asian federations have also formed a governing body for them, the Asia Lawn Bowls Association, and they are increasing their membership with 2 or 3 countries per year.
Yeah.
I mean, Indonesia, China, Philippines, Malaysia, Thailand, all those countries, and Singapore are all playing bowls. and it's an area of the world that we know virtually nothing about as far as lawn bowls is
Yes,
concerned.
no, it's not one of the main countries you think
No.
about.
Not the traditional
well,
lawn
bowls.
bowls countries. No.
Except maybe the old English colonies side, part of the United Kingdom still. But yeah, no, it is not a.
No, but I think the English did lawn bowls a big favour by, when they go into a country, the first thing they do is build a lawn bowls
Green.
green.
Free State picking up again, so Tracy's side has not gotten off the mark yet. Must be disheartening looking over to the scoreboard and seeing the 0 there again. It's only 3 hands still, but you want to get going at least with one. Break the ice.
Yeah. So this is 7-0 at the moment, with Lara's team playing a shortish end, must be about 27 meters. And I think she's found the weight running through about 1 meter. So, Colleen Marshall delivering her bow.
She just came off the green after playing pairs with Taz, so they through to the next round as well. Had a quick lunch and a turnaround.
And Colleen's just drawn a beautiful shot right in front of the jack on the center line.
Yeah.
Good bowl.
Saying could be down by Tracy.
So Tracy's asking Colleen to change her hand so as not to promote the Free State bowl. So often you change your hand and then you do exactly that. She nearly did it there. So Lara thinks that they are holding the shot.
Leon from the Free State supporting Laura and her team. Leon Crowley from Bloemfontein. He hosted us at the Junior Nationals.
Leon, I think they've already made you proud, being in the situation where they are, but they're playing with great confidence.
Simon, you're based here in Pretoria?
Yes, I am. Playing
Originally from here, or?
No, I come from the West Rand, Roodepoort.
And how did you get involved in lawn bowls? How long have you been?
It's a long story, but in 1978 I was the president of Judo South Africa, and we were invited on a visit to the Caprivi Strip for the weekend by the Defence Force, all the presidents, and they told us that on Friday afternoon at Hoedspruit we're going to play either bowls or golf. And at that stage I didn't play either one of the two, and I decided that I wouldn't like to go and look for my little white ball in the bushes. So I borrowed a set of lawn bowls, came back on the Monday and asked a friend of mine where I could buy bowls. And I was hooked.
Yeah, no, that's the thing is I always say the only way to really promote the sport is to get them rolling that ball and seeing it bend. It's such a magical feeling when you see it bend to
Yes,
the jack.
exactly.
And then you think it's an easy sport, and then you get involved, because when you're just starting out, for some reason it seems like that first game you get all the touches and everybody's cheering, and then you start getting involved and you get serious, and then it starts getting difficult, and then
Yes. They say lawn bowls is just line and length, but they leave out the decision making and the percentage shots that would count.
yeah.
So it gets more intricate, and people do not really think of how many decisions you have to make in a lawn bowls game. At the moment, Lara is laying the shots, and she's just received a very good back bowl. It seems as though Tracy's team is struggling a bit on the forehand away from the scoreboard. There's a slight breeze blowing, and difficult to find the line. The bowls just keep bending away. Lara's team is playing the backhand away from the scoreboard, and that seems to be a more dependable line. Marianne was short, but she ends up in the way of the forehand shot. So Lara will play a little bit wider. And she looks as though she's got very good weight. No, she's going past, about 3 meters past. So Taz wants Tracy to attack and promote the one bowl that they have in the head. But the bowl bends away again.
She got one of the balls.
She got lucky there. She might be lying 2 shots now. 2 shots, yes. Good shot from Tracy. Good weight.
Missed a bit of action there. Just fixing one of the cameras quickly. Back to the new player thing of getting the playing for the jack. I think it's probably one of the most irritating things for coaches, to get them not to play for the jack the whole time.
Yes. And it's amazing, especially with the schools, the children now, the learners, they come in and they are adventurous. They don't even think of the consequences, and they just play. It's make or break, Adventure is the key word.
It's all about the action.
Yes.
The schools league here in Gauteng North is going quite well. Like you say, with some of the big schools, I think Waterkloof is involved.
Yes, Waterkloof, Montana, Boys High, Menlo Park was involved, but they withdrew, unfortunately. Um, but we have a Star College with a good team. So, and the clubs in BGN have each adopted a school. So it works quite well, and they use the club coaches to coach the youngsters.
Yeah, I think that's a good way for many districts to maybe approach getting youngsters involved, is getting the schools involved. It's always difficult these days to get the kids involved in sport. They prefer sitting in front of the phones and the TVs and the computers, or you have to compete against the mainline sports, especially in small schools. It's difficult when you have to compete against rugby and netball and hockey. But I think if you go looking for those kids that don't want to play the contact sports, that might be a good way to get kids involved, because bowls is quite a nice sport to get involved in.
Yes, and as you said previously, it's bowls for life. You know, you can start at school and just carry on. And there are so many opportunities for young players nowadays. I mean, you mentioned the tournaments in Bloemfontein, and the schools leagues, where schools are now appreciating what the kids are doing in lawn bowls.
Yeah, and we're getting more and more schools being involved in the junior nationals. Yeah, quick battery change there. I think we're back with sound now.
So Marianne to play, and they're holding one shot. Here comes the bow, and she ends up about a meter short.
Oh, baby, watching from Poch, Secha Makoto's partner in crime, supporting Laura.
So Laura is told just to promote her own bowl, and they'll have the second shot. And she's walking up to the head. And I think she ended up short again.
Yeah, if we have a little interruption, we're just running out of battery power. They had a problem with their generator starting, giving power to all the places. So if we do run out, we'll just restart as soon as we can. Just watching the battery levels and hoping it will hold. But the generators are on now. Yeah.
Yes, on the right, you can see there's a bowl level with the jack. That is Laura's. That is free stage one shot with Laura's bowls, and Tracy comes through and just touches the jack. But
Do you think she's moved enough, Simon?
I can't see.
Hey, let's see what.
She hasn't indicated whether she's still lying the shot.
And Laura's watching it to see what she needs to do.
Laura has a definite shot in mind after having looked at the head. Playing the forehand.
Doesn't look happy.
She's too wide. I think, Jacques, the forehand is a tricky one. If you play with a bit of weight, your bowl will not bend at all. Contrary to the backhand towards the scoreboard.
We saw that in the match before this as well. The one closer to the flagpole seems to be the bendy side of the green. Some non-bowler watching us would be thinking, what are you talking about? Bending more, bending less? And if you tell them the wind is affecting the bowl as well, then they say, what, it's rolling on the ground?
Yeah.
They don't understand it's lawn bowl, so the lawn changes. There's different characteristics on.
Yes, Jacques, and for the people who are not so well informed, the bowl is shaped in such a way that when it loses momentum, it starts bending towards a specific side. And if you play with too much weight, the bowl stays on the running surface and doesn't bend at all.
Oh, there she
Lara
got a
picks
shot.
up the jack and is successful with a shot. That was an attacking shot on the bending hand.
Looks like they picked up one there. They move on to 8.
And the atmosphere on the green is very, very convivial because Tracy has just congratulated Lara with a shot.
Yeah, no, but that's part of the sportsmanship that is part of lawn bowls anyway.
Yes, but that is, I think, part of Lara's way of playing this game. She doesn't die wondering. She attacks when she sees the need for it.
I probably learned that from Wayne.
Yes. Yes, Wayne also likes attacking bowls.
Yeah, and she actually changed her hand on that last one.
She did, yes, because she found she was not certain of the line on the attacking line on the forehand.
Now back to that important point you said, the decision making of the game.
Yes.
A novice might have tried to get with that shot working on the hand that they saw the first time. Also the confidence of changing your hand and knowing you can do it on both.
Yes. Although we don't advocate that for the beginners, because once you have found the line on one side of the rink, you should stay there
Okay,
because
yeah.
it's familiar. Sometimes you change your hand and you waste a ball. But with an experienced player like Lara, that doesn't come into consideration because she can play both hands. And as you say, then it's the decisions that decide the game.
So they finished 5 ends now. So still 10 ends to go.
On 5 ends, the score is 8-2 in Lara's favour. I think we can almost speak about Free State and
Blue Bulls.
and the
Gouden Lions.
The Lions. How Tracy comes from JBA, so
but then there's a few Western Province playing in her side as well.
yes.
So probably more a centre state versus north and south.
Yes, that's maybe a good idea for the Lions rugby team to import a few Western Province players. Doreen playing a second shot on the forehand. That's the bending hand, so let's see if it comes back. Came back quite nicely and level with the jack. Oh yes. I think the red bowl, Lara's bowl, is still lying
Yes,
short.
that still looks like it's shot from this angle. Both on our commentary angle and the camera angle.
Yes.
And the live streaming is becoming more popular in lawn bowls as well. We were fortunate that our friends from Namibia even streamed a few South African games for us at the World Indoors at Puna Olivier.
Jacques, it's been a tremendous development in lawn bowls because you can virtually watch bowls all day with the different countries and the different districts streaming now. I think it's our major problem in the past has been to find a sponsor to
Get the
to
maximum
broadcast,
exposure, yeah.
yes, to broadcast lawn bowls, and this is a brilliant idea.
Yeah, and it's quite easy to do. You don't need to go all technical and fancy. You can if you have the budget. But we've seen quite a few players just doing it next to the green. I made a comment before the inter-districts. Maybe in the future we'll have districts sending managers to do live streaming rather than having managers' reports. It's easier to see the game and see what happened,
Yes.
and then hear what happened after the match from the managers. So that might be changing the face of managers in the future as well. But we'll see how that goes. I think there's definitely, and of course, if you're doing a bit of live streaming and you have a sponsor at the back of your shirt, it will give them extra exposure as well.
That's right. The endless possibilities have been opened now.
Ja nee, en soos ek sê, daar's baie distrikte wat ek weet veral Noordwes het nog 'n redelike klomp ouetjies gehad wat ou Werner daarso en Renay wat nou 'n Mamsum Touty toe getrek het. So ek dink Kingfisher gaan so 'n bietjie livestreaming by hulle kry. En Werner daar in Potch. Ek sien uit om die 130s te gaan doen daarso. Net om die draai van my daar in die Noord-Kaap.
Ja, dit kan net interessant wees.
En jy weet mos daar op die platteland word 'n mens goed gebederf.
Ek dink Lara sy het probeer om daai groenbal van Taz te verskuif sodat sy meer skote kan kry. Tracy probeer trek en sy gaan net deur.
Ja. Laura asking for a foot here, just to adjust the weight.
It looks like she has the weight.
Just needs to finish his. Oh, so close.
Lara is still lying shot with the red bowl. And Tracy has the weight to draw the shot if her line is good. She
Almost
just goes
getting onto
through
that. They're measuring for the first shot, so Taz is not convinced. It says clear.
It's close, I think.
One down.
One down. Taz was right. Taz has a good eye.
So Simon, being involved in the coaching and everything, how important or how appreciated do you think coaching is in South Africa at especially club and district level? Many bowlers think, what's the use of having a coach? I know how to play the game. It's always a issue. Me being a coach myself, it's difficult to find work. Or players willing to be coached. So you have to start with the youngsters, and as soon as they get a little experience or something, then they don't need the coaching anymore because they know how to play. Do you experience that as well?
Jacques, yes. Initially, the problem used to be that there was an overemphasis on the work of the manager. As a matter of fact, somewhere in the 2000s, one of the presidents asked me, what can a coach do that a manager can't do? And I couldn't even answer, because where do you begin? I think everybody needs a coach. You watch the major sports and you see how the dedicated coach will sit and watch and strategize and plan the next coaching session. It's levels of awareness. If you think you don't need a coach, then maybe a coach won't be any good for you.
Yeah, it's unfortunately hoe sê hulle in Afrikaans, jy kan die perd na die water toe vat, maar as hy nie wil drink, jy gaan hom nie maak drink nie.
Ek het saam met eers op my eie en toe saam met Teens Fraser, die ander nasionale afrigter, ons het baie jare saam gewerk en ons het in diepte spelers bestudeer En die statistieke wys dat jy 'n speler se tegniek kan verbeter met die regte oefeninge. En ook wanneer dit kom by die fisiese voorbereiding en die psigologiese voorbereiding, is 'n afrigter baie behulpsaam en van nut.
Ja, nee, verseker. Ek dink dit is die een deel wat veral daai sou wou sê wat die mental aspek van die sport is waar veral jou hoër level coaches baie belangrik is. En soos jy sê, in enige ander sport, jy sal nie vir Roger Federer sien gaan speel of Djokovic of so iemand sonder 'n coach langs die baan nie. En as ook happy is met sy coach en verander is sy coach na iemand wat
kan help, ja.
So en selfs die as jy na sportsoorte soos Formula 1 kyk, hulle het ook afrigters wat hulle help met hulle fisiese voorbereiding en hulle sielkundige voorbereiding. So ja, nee, ek dink dit is is nog 'n mindshift, dink ek, wat nog redelik in Suid-Afrika moet gebeur in rolbal.
Ja, as 'n mens kyk na die waarde van afrigting en tot hoe mate spelers 'n vertrouensverhouding met 'n afrigter ontwikkel. Dis baie nodig as jy werklik wil presteer. En dit gaan vir alle sportsoorte.
Ja, nee.
Maar veral vir rolbal, omdat rolbal eintlik 'n hoogs tegniese sport is.
Ja. Ja, as daar net iets af is in jou aflewering, dan wil niks werk daai dag nie.
Dis reg. En dan sê mense, ja, maar dis rolbal. Maar dit is nie rolbal nie. Jy's besig om iets te vergeet of nie reg te doen nie.
Ja, what's that first thing they say when you're struggling? Go back to the basics first. So terug na die begin toe. As jy, dis wat ek vir my spelers ook, ek maar nog net 'n level 1 kies, so ek is nog in die beginstadium. Ek wil nog 'n bietjie verder gaan. Is my lekker om spelers af te rig. En jy weet self ook, as jy jou spelers sien presteer, is dit amper so lekker soos om self op die baan te wees.
Ja, is absoluut. Ek is byvoorbeeld baie bly vir ons jong spelers wat so deurkom, want ek weet hoeveel tyd het hulle al bestee aan repetisieoefeninge en fisiese fiksheidsoefeninge. Dit lyk nie so as hulle so loop nie, maar daar's baie ure se voorbereiding.
Ja, nee, en ongelukkige goeie speler in enige sport is, niemand sien die ure wat hy alleen oefen nie. Jy sien nie die eindresultaat en dink, joh, maar daai ou is goed. Intussen sien jy nie die weke en weke se ure van alleen op die green rondrol en 'n oefening doen wat hy spesifiek aan iets werk nie.
Ja, maar Jacques, jy weet mos die gesegde is, vat jou 4 na 5 jaar om 'n oornag sukses te word.
20 dae se aanhou repeteer om 'n gewoonte aan te leer, maar jy leer 'n slegte gewoonte in 2 sekondes aan.
Sommer gou, ja. Nee, so Rolbal Suid-Afrika was een van die progressiewe verenigings wat die stap geneem het om afrigters aan te stel vir die nasionale span in plaas van bloot net bestuurders. Het 3 afrigters aangestel. En dan het een van die afrigters ook die bestuurwerk gedoen.
Ja, die vraag uiteindelik deesdae is wat se werk kan 'n goeie skoot daarso. Daai vraag wat jy gevra is deur 'n president is, nou is die vraag is watter werk kan 'n afrigter nie doen wat 'n bestuurder kan doen nie.
Dis korrek, heeltemal korrek, want een van die modules in die afrigters se vlak 3 op die oomblik is bestuursvaardighede. Want jy moet kan bestuur, hier kom Tracy weer met 'n aanvalskoot, want Lara het die skoot getrek, sy mis rakelings.
Back to the action here. Laura holding 1. She played a brilliant bowl there. Looks like it might be 2. Sorry for we have to remember that this live stream is also about promoting the sport of bowls, so we need to talk about a little bit of the other aspects of bowls as well. It's always nice to have an insight from a experienced coach like Simon here, and understanding how important coaching is in the sport of bowls. So I hope you didn't mind us waffling on too much there.
So Lara's trying to add another shot to the 2 they are already lying. A little bit wider, but it looks...
The weight looks good. Yeah, she's drawn and...
she's just rolled out. Very good attempt there to increase the count.
But one of that old adages, if you're holding, rather be a little bit wide and narrow, because you can always just change the head.
If you're lying shot, don't be narrow.
Yeah.
Because you can give it away.
And if you're down, don't be short.
Yeah.
So there's a top tip for anyone starting out playing. From one of the best in the business.
Our score on the 7th end is now 10-2 in favour of Lara York. 10-3.
Yeah, 10-3.
And the game is nearly halfway. So if Tracy wants to make a change, she'll have to start doing it now. Colleen Marshall delivering her first bowl, and she's going to be a bit short. 3 meters actually. Goed. Beautiful draw, a little bit wide, but the shot. So Colleen's second shot, she can still come inside the shot bowl. But she's going to end up short again. So Lara's asked the second to draw on the wide hand. She's also short. It seems as though it is now that time of the afternoon when it's getting cooler and the green is getting a bit heavier because all of a sudden everybody is playing short. A good bowl from Charlotte. She's drawn the shot for Tracy's team. And a brilliant shot drawn right up to the jack. And a toucher. She's asking her to play with the same weight as her first bowl, to just move the jack backwards. A little bit too wide, and she promotes a Free State bowl. They're now lying 2 shots. And Marianne and Taz walk up to the mat to deliver their bowls. So Marianne is asked to cover Charlotte's green bowl at the back. But she won't get there. She might draw another shot, but Tracy feels that the head is now turning against her, the situation in the head, so she's asking Taz to attack.
Oh, and Taz is not far off there.
No, just narrow. Lara is satisfied with the shots that they are lying, so she's asking for a positional bowl at the back.
Yeah, I refer to it as the perfect delivery insurance at the back.
Yes.
Little punt for one of our sponsors.
And that is a perfect delivery. Best back bowl you can get is right on the edge.
Taz is still going to be on the attack. We'll give you an update on the scores of the other games as soon as this end is done.
And Taz is narrow, and the bowl is in the ditch.
Missing a line there. I think the weight was still the same. And while we're doing the crossover, let's give you an update on the scores. So we have Jackie Janssen van Rensburg, currently 16-6 after 13 ends. And then we have on ring 4. We have Arends on 9 against Murray on 7 after 10 ends. That's the 3 matches we have on this green. The scores on the pairs, it is Jackie Janssen van Rensburg on 16 versus Williams 4 after 12 ends.
So Marianne draws another shot about half a meter in front of the jack.
Simon, the sun's setting low now. It's starting to almost get into our eyes, so it's getting quite hot. A nice hot day today. I was expecting a little bit more cold when I was driving up yesterday.
Yes, you missed it by about 2 days, Jacques.
We had it on Monday, so we sent it to you guys.
Now, I've just mentioned that I think after 4 o'clock you'll find that the green is slowing a little bit because the grass is standing up.
Wonderful draw there by Lara York, putting another one in there. Looks like it's either 3 or 4 down.
Tracy now has to try and draw second or third shot. She cannot afford to attack and miss completely. And she did just that.
Yeah, unfortunately, just not getting enough of that.
That's 3
Front
shots
ball.
out. 3 shots.
And they're happy with the free, yes.
So the score is now 13-3 after the 8th end. It's amazing you mentioned the scores just as the request came through for the scores.
Luckily, the request was there. I was just hoping while they were. I put it onto the screen as soon as I had the scores. I was smart.
Oh, all right. Good. Yeah.
So remember, we can see your comments and pull them through. So if you are watching, I think we're up to 60 viewers.
It looks as though the pairs on rink 3, Jacques with Jackie van Rensburg and Fran Valeri, they are running away from Williams with the score of 16-4 after 12 ends.
I think if they pick up one, I don't think they'll. They still have 5 ends to go. It'll be difficult to come back, but it is possible.
It's now just a question of if you have to give away a shot, give one.
Yeah.
You can't be caught.
And you being involved in coaching both those players, Fran and Jackie.